I'll lead.
You will.
I feel like this is what driving park would feel like. Like a faster version of park. Oh my god. Terrible entry, sorry. Oh, it wasn't too bad.
It's definitely wider than park. I mean, I kind of get the, like, elevation changes and shit like that, but...
I guess maybe like US Air. The final bout track. Sorry, this first lap is, you know, I just gotta warm up the tires.
I'm not driving too well either.
I always, like, drive terrible on, like, the first lap because I have my setup set up for, like, so much grip that the car is just, like, almost undriftable until the tires warm up a little bit. It's so ironic because you say that, like in the game, it's like the tires warm up, that means they're getting worse, but in real life, like, them getting up to temp is a good thing. Alright, now we're gonna do a good lap. Almost going to the grass, Just testing you. You stayed right there, good job.
I'm not really on your door.
Sorry.
Oh, that was awkward.
I just, like, run out of gear right there. I need to figure out a better line through here. I was doing that.
I think that's fine. I think that's, like, the only way you can run it. What else are you gonna do?
That was better than I normally do through there. Normally I end up, like, straight up running over the grass. I think I'm just not giving it enough angle after, like, the first turn. So that I'm, like, driving shallow through the other ones. Oh, don't touch the grass. Stay out of the grass. Stay out of the grass. Oh, hit the grass. Oh, come on. I almost want to change my brake bias. I hate that, like, if I, like, look at the brakes wrong, the car spins. Alright, you ready?
Yep. Do you have it at, like, 60%?
Yeah. I guess that would be better than, like, what a stock car is. It's weird. It's like sometimes I can jab the brakes and it's fine.
Yeah.
And other times it's like, just whoops me right out.
I don't know why we're not doing this on my server.
I forgot.
It's like I have to be way more careful to hit you.
Oh yeah. See, I wasn't just making excuses earlier. It is like that.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, I can just hit you, like, right there, but it's just in my own server. I can just, like, literally push you around.
Do you, when you go to hit me, is it like when you're like a foot away is when you actually hit me?
No, it's not that bad.
That's how it was for me, like the first, when you first got on. Oh gosh. Okay, we're good, we're good. Just a sloppy slop fest up here. You take that corner wider.
Oh boy.
Just off-roading it, that's all. Dude, I've definitely learned how to like not die when I hit grass because of this game. Like, I've done it the last two events I've driven, actually. I'll like drop tires in the grass and like immediately react. Oh, and when I tapped the wall, I was like watching the footage after the fact, and like I literally reached over with my hand right before, like right as I was getting close to the wall, so that I could like steer in and keep from getting sucked in if I tapped it, and that's like what I did when I did tap it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, because that's what I do in here, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, that's what's so cool about Sims. Like, you can tap the wall 100 times, figure out how to not die without totaling 100 cars. This is really fun, this track. I like it a lot.
I mean, it's alright, it's just like, it's gonna get old real quick.
Think so?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Well, maybe one day I'll be good enough to do, like, real tracks. Sorry. You know what it is? I'm just pressing the brakes too hard.
Is it just me, or do you like struggle to figure out what exactly your viewers want to watch? Like, you always like try to like hint at it, but it's never a clear answer.
I was literally just thinking that, because like someone commented on my video and something about like what was it, that like I explained too much and showed too many of my mistakes and it's getting boring, and it like really like got to me for a minute, and I'm like, dang, you know, am I putting too much detail in? Like, if people you know, my videos are getting longer, like, and then I think about it and I'm like, that's one comment, you know, it's one person that said that. Oh god, sorry, I missed third like 6 times. I put it in 5th like 5 times. But yeah, I don't know, because like you have the people who say like they'll watch anything, they'll watch whatever you put out, which is true. I mean, there are people. Then it's like, what do you want to watch, you know? And it's not like I'm gonna cater my life to making videos just because people want to watch them. Like, that would be lame. But it's just like, there's some stuff where I'll go and I'll film it because I think people want to watch it, and like, you know, it's stressful to film, or it's hard, or it takes away from me enjoying it, and then people don't care about it. And then there's stuff that I don't film that people might be super interested in. So I don't know.
Well, like my thing right now is like, I can only play like so many games. I can only drift in so many games, you know? And it's just like, people like, play more games, play different games. It's like, well, if I play a different game, it's probably not going to do well, which I've done before, where it's like, it underperforms like crazy amount. Yeah. And it's like, well, like, what am I supposed to do?
I think that goes back to like the first thing I was saying with that comment where like, oh, take out the... That's like, you know, even if a few people say that, that doesn't mean that represents the whole. That's just the people that are commenting, you know, or that's just a couple
popped,
comments.
By the way, somehow.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I aired up my tires. That might be it. I aired them up a little bit because I was struggling. Got too much mad grip. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could like switch and record from my follow angle.
Technically can if I say the replay.
Not that it's gonna be anything impressive, but
wait, do you use like a pretty expensive DSLR?
Yeah, really expensive. I use a Sony a6500, which is like mirrorless. It's like $1,500 camera. It's worth it though.
But it doesn't shoot 4K though, right?
Yeah, it does. I just don't use it.
Why not?
Because how many people actually have a 4K?
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Well, it's not... I'm pretty sure this has been proven before. If you record in 4K, but you still upload in 1080p, there's still a difference in quality. Like, because the raw footage is 4K, you get a lot more details and sharpness, even though you render it in 1080p.
The only problem with that is, one, 4K takes up twice the storage space. Two, it's a lot harder to edit with, like, on your computer.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to upgrade my computer to start filming in 4K, which might be a good excuse for me to buy a good computer that I can do VR with. If I can find, like, a YouTube-related excuse to buy it, I will. I just, like, my laptop works fine. And I'm really bad about buying unnecessarily cool stuff that I don't need. Because it's like I have some money saved up, and it's like it could go very quickly if I do buy a computer. Because I just bought $1,000 worth of tires. And I still need to buy the wiring stuff for the Miata, like wiring harness for the engine, and like wiring for the chip. Dude, it was really cool, this event, like, getting good tandems in without them. Like, because in Japan it was kind of hard because neither of us killing it on North Course enough to be, like, rubbing doors, and then the only other time we really tandem was Grid Life, but same thing, like, neither of us were really good enough to be banging doors on Road Atlanta. You know, plus he had to, like, slow down and not e-brake entry for me because I couldn't, and then, yeah. It was just tight. Like, we got, like, some real tandems. And it was fun. He was, like, my favorite person to follow of the day.
Are you still continuing with the whole drift review thing? Like, did you do any of that, or?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't just because I was driving. I could have, like, I should have, because we had pretty long breaks. I should have tried to do some more, but I was more focused on driving, and I crashed, and I had to fix my car, which took, like I missed the first session, and then I crashed halfway through the second session, and then it took me till, like, an hour before the third session to fix my car, because I had to, like, find the part and then fix it, and then some other stuff was messed up, so I had to fix that. I felt bad. This kid who was, like, the reason I found the part that I needed, because he came over to ask if I could ride with him and give him some pointers. And then they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm disarmed. I need to find one. They're like, oh, we have one. But he wanted me to ride with him and give him some pointers. And I, like, the only time I saw him, like, in line and he was like, hey, can you ride? It was, like, right after I finished. And I was, like, talking to somebody. I was like, yeah, give me a minute. And then I never ended up riding with him. Felt bad.
Yeah, I really want somebody to drive my S13 just to, like, you know, point out stuff that I might not know.
Yeah, it's really important when you're like not that you don't know how to drive, you obviously know how to. When you're beginning into drifting, to have someone drive your car if you're having trouble with it. Because, dude, like, there was this kid's car, he had an E36, and he asked me to drive it because he's like, oh man, I'm really having a hard time, like, can you drive it? And I'm like, oh, this thing's gonna be fine. It's probably just him. I'll give him some pointers once I drive it. And, like, it had some weird stability control going on, and it would just, like, kill power every time you try to drift it. Because he's like, it's got no power. And I'm like, it should be fine. I've driven these cars with this motor before. It should be okay. And it was like stability control is kicking in, and it was, like, literally undriftable. And he had spent 2 events trying to drift it like that. So it's always a good thing to have someone try your car. You know, your alignment could be, like, way off, and there's just a lot of things that someone who's been driving a lot, like, in real life, might notice that you might not. I think I've finally gotten to the point where I drive better in them than I do in real life.
Well, they are, like, I mean, they're definitely, like
I think that's a lot to do with just,
you
know, it doesn't matter if I crash or not in this.
Yeah.
Like, I still try not to crash because, like, that's good practice for real life, but.
I mean, I was, like, just messing around earlier. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I was just, like, monging on the street outside.
Uh-huh.
And, like, I was just, like, instantly like, oh, this feels exactly like my S13. But it's just like obviously I have that huge issue where my wheel is rubbing on the inside. Like, it binds super bad. Like, I can't drift.
Oh god, sorry, I got into the grass.
I can't drift like right-hand corners at all because it's just like, and sometimes I even forget and I'll drift a corner and all of a sudden my steering wheel like completely like locks up and I have to like yank it out. Like, it's like super bad and super sketchy.
It sounds like you're over-centering, but that wouldn't happen with stock suspension or stock knuckles, you know? That only really happens when you have the angle mods. Oh my god, come on.
Well, I mean, would that not, I feel like that wouldn't make any sense because you can literally see where my wheel is rubbing, you know?
Yeah, that too. But I mean, I've had like where my wheels rub so much that they rub through my wiring harness, and like it didn't like cause me enough issues to like me to even really pay attention to.
Well, it's not the top, remember? It's like literally the front inside.
Yeah, for me it was the back. Like right where the harness comes out of the firewall, all the metal there. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know, I just wish my S13 was just as drivable as these cars are.
You'll get it there. What coilovers do you have again? Like
VRs?
stance or something? Oh, you have VCs, okay. That's right. I couldn't remember.
I just have those, I have the ISR arms, and they're just complete garbage.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
they're
all like rusted out and everything, and they make horrible noises, and it's definitely not worth that money. I mean, I didn't buy them; they came on the car, but
I was gonna get ISR arms for the Z, but then like I can generally get a decent discount through Njuku, which would be better on ISR Voodoo arms. Because I don't think they're.
Well, I don't have like their like Pro series. I just think you definitely need like arms that have like covers over like the joints because they just rust out and then they're just garbage.
Even my PVM shit's all rusted.
I mean, I've heard a lot of bad things about PVM as well, though.
Yeah, me too. I'm like afraid it's gonna break. I guess the kid that I got the car from, I guess he has spare. Like, he already broke once where like the tie rod bolts to the knuckle, like their little adapter piece there.
Yeah.
So he had them like welded back together, and he's gonna give them to me, and along with the door panels. But I think it makes the most sense to like clean up the Z some and then sell the Vet, because the Z would be just fine as a daily, and yeah, I may fuck it up and like not be able to daily it, but then I can daily the truck, you know? Like, it's not like I'm fully depending on it, but when I want to drive it, I can drive that. I just feel like putting AC back in would be annoying.
Wait, does it have most of its interior, or is it just the door panels?
Yeah, I would need, it doesn't have like really any of the interior. It's got the dash, but it's got like, oh fuck, I like forgot which term we were on. It's got like the window switches and like all that shit still works. It just doesn't have like interior. So I could probably get a good bit of it from someone, you know, that's like gutting their car and just like slap it back in. Maybe even leave like the back behind the seat part gutted. Oh, come on, man. What am I doing? I think if I left the back part gutted, it would still be fine. If I had AC. God, I'm driving like my tires are cold. And it's not working out for me.
I've been struggling to keep it on your door.
Yeah, it's because I'm running like the world's worst lead line. transitioning too late there. That was lame, sorry. Tried to do it in one Manji, didn't work out. I feel like I have a problem in general, not just this track, but tracks in general, with transitioning too late. Okay, or initiating too late. Oh my gosh.
No. You're embarrassing yourself. What are you doing?
What is going on? I don't even know what's happening right now. Need to lower the tire pressure back down.
What's your opinion on a like the whole theory that shittier content is, the better it'll do on YouTube? Because that's what I'm like trying to, like, this is gonna be like a pretty raw video compared to what I usually do, and it's like I have a feeling it might do better, and it's just like there's a point where it's like I hate like not doing much to the video or editing as much, because it's kind of like a representation of like what you do, and it's like,
yeah, 100%.
but it's like there's definitely channels out there, they just like don't do anything, their videos aren't like, you know, special or anything, but they'll do like super well.
I don't know, I think it just depends though on the situation. It's like, you know, you'll have a channel that kind of like I watch gun stuff now, I've been watching gun stuff lately, and there's this guy Hickok45, and he's just like this old dude that shoots, and his videos are all completely uncut, one take, you know, and he's like the biggest, or at least one of the biggest gun YouTubers out there. There's other people who like, you know, take time to put like After Effects text in and like, you know, have all these creative shots mixed in and whatever, and they don't do as well. But I think that's a lot to do with like, that guy was like, Hickok45 was like the first, was like the first one to do that. The first one to really have like gun YouTube videos, you know, that were like halfway decent. I think it really all comes down to like personality and like, I don't know, people seem to really like the fact that I've been stepping up the quality of my vids. And I will say, since I've stepped up the quality, like other things have changed too, like the content's maybe more interesting or whatever, but since I've started doing my like montagey intros and using like a 50mm lens that has like depth of field, like all that stuff, it has like, my views have been steadily better. I think it's just like luck of the draw. Like one of my crappiest videos of me and Marco going to buy or look at that G35 is by far my most viewed video. It's just like, just works out that way. I don't think it's like actually that way. Because think about Casey Neistat, he blew up really well, and it was because of his quality mostly.
We both pop. Oh no,
I mean, mine are like,
both my tires just popped.
Mine are about to. I'm gonna pop them real quick if I can keep it on track.